Al, we got two characters that we're going to unlock some backstories and let them join the group this week.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot going on. We got like got a rehash of a certain story from a previous Love Live, but in a slightly different way, essentially. So let's get into all of that for this week here on Jared and Al Watch Love Live Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
This is episode number, I think, 16.
You didn't check?
I didn't check, no, but I believe that should be the case if this loads properly. But we are talking about season 2, episode number 4, entitled "The Two in the Science Room."
Wonder who that could be.
I wonder indeed. I was actually right. It is 16. Look at
Yay!
us.
Look at you.
Look
You're
at
the
me.
best. Killing it.
Yeah. We begin this episode, and they're trying to figure out who the club president's going to be, because they had never figured that out.
Which I didn't even realize they had not figured that out.
No. And they're all just like, "All right, Kanan, you're the not the school president, the club president." She's like, "Huh? What?
Huh?
What? Excuse me? What? No, I don't.
I like
on.
that they all did the stare.
Yeah.
Stare.
Kiniko's like, "Well, Ren's the student council president, so she's off the books," and that kind of leaves us with like very few qualified senpais. And Subaru's like, "Hey, wait a minute, hold the
Rude.
phone."
Rude.
Kanan's just like, "I don't know about this, but everyone's like, yeah, you should do this." Like, there's girls in Kiniko's class who keep talking about the school idol club. She's trying to recruit them, but she keeps doing it in front of May, and May just keeps like eyeballing her, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm talking about them in front of you. I'm sorry. Oh, gotta go. See ya." And each time May's just like, "Oh, I'm not mad. Don't. Okay, see ya." It's very funny. She goes to the science club room to hang out with Shiki, and she's just like binocular staring at them, like, what are they talking about when they're talking about the president stuff? And Shiki's like, "Here, put this in your ear.
Here's
You'll
this
be able to hear."
earbud.
And she's like, "All right, cool, let me hear." "Oh, they're talking about the president. Oh, who could it be? Kanan senpai would be perfect for this. What about her? And then she's like, "Okay, I heard this conversation." She's like, "Wait a minute. Why do I have this AirPod in my ear? Why do you have a microphone on the roof? Why did you bug them?" And she's like, "No, it's just I have like a microphone for experiments up there, and it's just where it happens to be. It's not like I did this on purpose."
I was definitely not listening to them specifically.
No, that was just a mere coincidence. So, May's just like weirded out by it, and Shiki's like, "Why aren't you joining the club, the school idol club?" And May's just like, "No, I can't.
No.
I don't wanna.
No.
I'm not good enough for it." And Shiki's just like, "I don't think that's true, but okay, I'll let you say your piece." We get a conversation after school where Chisato's making some takoyaki, and she's like, "Oh my god, Kana, look at these, they're so circular." And Kana's just like staring out space, like, huh, yeah, circular, right, gotcha.
Yep. Circles.
Got him.
Sure are circles.
And Chisato's like, "What's wrong with you?" And then Shiki shows up, like, "Hey, can I talk to y'all for a second? Got a little conversation to do." And the next day, she shows up and is part of the school idol club now.
Yep.
And May ends up seeing, she goes into the science club room because Shiki runs off before she does, and she's like having this conversation with her, and because she sees her from the back, it's like she's got the science coat on, she's got the hair and everything, and she's like, blah 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 blah, "What are you doing here? I can't do the clubs and all that sort of stuff, blah 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 blah, you gotta be more socializing and stuff, it's gonna be like middle school over again." And then she turns it around, it's like a skeleton
Yep.
just falling on her. She's like, "What the heck?" And then she like looks up and sees her on the roof and is like, "What is happening?"
The skeleton scared me.
You saw it in the preview last week, though.
I didn't think about it until it showed up, and then I was like, spooky skeleton. Oh no.
Yeah, that's fair. Spooky, scary skeletons.
I didn't expect this
Send
spooky,
shivers
scary
down my
skeleton.
spine.
It's true.
So yeah, she rushes up there and just like trying to figure out like what is happening up here, and she's just like, "Yeah, hello, I am part of the club now. I love school idols." She's not going that far, but she's like, "Yeah, I will try this out, see how it goes." And then May just like is peeking through the door trying to get her to come over, and she doesn't, and then she falls to the door like Kiriko did on the first episode.
Yep.
I forget who said it. It was like someone's like, "I'm getting some deja vu here." And Kiriko's like, So yeah, they're like, "Oh, do you want to join too? We would be more than willing to welcome you as well." And May's like, "I can't do this. No, I don't want to join. I can't do it." And runs away.
As
So
you
she-
do.
So Shiki's like, "Hey, you guys want to come with me after school? I'm gonna show you someplace. I'm gonna give you a little tour." And they go to May's place, and they have like Cuckoo look through her windows, like they peeping Tom her.
Short
They're like,
people problems, though.
very short people problems as well. And they're like, and Cuckoo's like, "Oh my gosh, she's got a poster of us. It's like a tapestry. She's got all of these other School Idol things. Hang on a second. She has the legendary Idol DVD, which, if you remember from Love Live, the original Love Live, that's the DVD that like Nico freaked out about and all that sort of stuff. So that makes a reappearance, which is a fun little
Nice little callback.
nod. Yeah, and then May comes home and just like in her room is like, "Oh my gosh, it's May! What?" And then they have to hide because she looks out the window and just like, I thought someone was staring at me. And then Kineko sneezes and feels like she's,
Blowing
found
the
them
cover.
out. Yeah. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then she goes, like, looks up at her, and May's just looking back at her, but like May's just like, it must have been nothing.
Yep.
She's like a guard in a video game. She has a very small vision code. If you're not in that, she can't see you. And then afterwards, Shiki's like, "Yeah, she needs to wear glasses. She's terrible with her eyesight. So if you ever see her looking like that, she's squinting. It's because she literally can't see you, and she's trying hard to see, but she won't wear her glasses because she tries to be too cool."
If I don't wear my glasses, I do the same thing.
Well, it's because you're like have very, very bad eyesight.
Yes, I do. I have very,
Yeah.
very bad eyesight, so I squint in order to see.
Yeah.
So we're the same. We're the
It's true.
same. Except
It's
for I'm
true.
not like a hard.
You could be.
Do you think I could be?
I think you could be.
Hmm.
I've seen you before.
Yes.
Short and tough.
Yep. Brr, flex.
So Shiki takes them elsewhere, and she kind of explains, like, "Yeah, this is how we both met and everything." Because, like, she's talking to them about her, and Kana's like, "Oh, you guys are, like, good friends, right?" And Shiki's like,
Friends?
I don't know, maybe. And she goes into her, like, the backstory between the two of them, where, like, Shiki explains, like, "Oh, I was by myself in middle school and I was okay with it, whatever." And May kept, like, she would initiate conversation with me and everything, and just kept doing that just to, like, try and be friends and everything. And basically she helped me found the science club and everything. She became a member of it, all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of how we kind of became two peas in a pod somewhat, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shiki goes to confront May again, and they basically have a conversation about the Idol Club. Like, Shiki's whole idea of joining the club is basically like to use it to give May the push to join it herself. She's like, "Hey, this is why you should do this. You need to stop lying to yourself and just go for it. Like, this is what you want to do. I know this is what you want to do. You're just telling yourself no because you don't think you can do it, even though you really want to do it." And May kind of just gives the same excuse again of like, "I can't do it. I wouldn't be good at it. Blah 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 blah." And what she says like resonates because like the other girls are hiding behind the corner, and what she says like resonates with Chisato, who remembers like back when she and Kanan were kids, she was saying something like, "Oh, I can't do this," sort of deal. And Kanan's like, "No, you can do this. I believe in you. You could totally do this.
Totally
Have
do it.
confidence."
Have confidence.
And Chisato like lingers on that for a while. She's like,
Which, for the record, she's crying, which was rude because when people cry, I cry.
It's true.
I was like, no.
Sympathy crier Al is struck again.
Yep.
So we go to the school the next day, and they go to the president's meeting of all the clubs. Shiki's there because she's her own club president, because it's her and May in that club. And then they cut to the school idol club president, and it is Chisato now.
Yep.
And they do a flashback of, like, I guess the previous day or something, or like earlier in the day, where she's like, "Yeah, I want to try this out. I want to challenge myself to do something that, maybe I wouldn't have done normally. So I want to try this and see if this works for me." And the rest of the girls are like, "All right, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. We'll support you 100%. Yay."
Yay.
So she is the club president now, and that allows Kanan also to sneakily go after May and be like, hey, let's have a little chit chat. And May's like, are you going to try and get me to join the club again? And Kanan's basically like, why don't you think you could join? Why do you think you would not be good at this? And May's kind of just like, well, I'm rude. I have a rude personality. Like, look at my face and everything, all this sort of stuff. And Kanan basically is like, you and Shiki are just like very alike. You're both very stubborn. You both, think you're trying to do what's best for the other, but you're just kind of not communicating in a way that really makes that work. You both have each other's best interests in mind, but you're doing it in a roundabout way that isn't necessarily the best way to do that.
It's basically like, what you doing?
Yeah. So she's like trying to put that into perspective for May and everything. And essentially that kind of gets through to her, and her and Shiki have a little conversation in the in the science room where Shiki's like doing some dancing afterwards, and May
it's
catches
so
her.
awkward.
She's like, da 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 da. And May's like, oh, look at you! I didn't know you had an interest in school. Shiki's like, no, I don't have. What are you talking about? I love science. I'm a science girl.
Science only.
And May like does the same thing that Shiki did earlier They did like the opposite earlier, where Shiki like put the mirror in front of May. He's like, "Oh, your face is red," and she does it to her this time. Like, "Oh, your face is red. You must like them." And essentially, they kind of just like have a conversation. Like, "Yeah, we want to do this. Let's do this together. We both want each other to be happy and everything. So let's do that. We can do this together in the Idol Club and be fun idols together. Even though we're going to be very awkward because neither of us know how to smile correctly and don't think we're going to be school idols." Where they have the fun argument of like, "Hey, you're cute." Like, "No, you're cute. No, you're
cute."
And yeah, they join up at the end there, and they're very excited. The rest of the girls are very excited. Kiniko's very excited because she now has Kohais.
Yep.
So she's
they're the same age as her, so that she just has like people that are same
yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Fellow Kohais.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was confused.
So yeah, there's all that, and that's how we wrap up this episode, where we have new members.
There was one little blip of somebody they were very clearly missing.
Yep.
Yep.
Our weekly Natsume moment of the week, where she's now working for a moving company and talking with her butt, and that was it. That's all we saw of her.
Straight up talking with her butt. It was so wild. She just like leaned over the truck and like her butt was moving while she was talking. I'm like,
it's very funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like she's next week.
It's weird because like they have not really done a whole lot with her,
other than money.
Other than money, and also other than like the very first episode where she gives Kiniko that push to go for it.
Right.
Outside of that, like she has not interacted with like anyone since then.
Nope.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they try and really ingratiate her into the fold and everything.
I am interested because, like you said, they haven't really done anything with her, and she's not like really connected with anybody in any way. So
I mean, I guess she does have that connection with Kiniko. She is in the same class as her and May and Shiki.
Yeah.
They're all in that same class. So like, I guess that could be the way in, but I'm curious to see how they're actually going to like, maneuver everything and pull it off.
Right.
If I can speak words.
Words are hard.
Yeah. This was very reminiscent obviously to the Hanamaru Ruby storyline in Sunshine. Yep. Just like it was similar but different because obviously Shiki and May are very different characters than Hanamaru and Ruby, but it's a similar kind of story. It's just what if Ruby was a delinquent instead? That would be a funnier way to do it. But yeah, it's it's the framework of that story, but I think they make it their own here and do it. It's very similar, but they do it well enough to make it not exactly a carbon copy of what they did in Sunshine.
Yeah.
So that's good. No spooky ghost girl this week.
No spooky ghost girl. You're correct.
Disappointing.
Rip. Other than in like the preview or the recap from last week.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically this week's episode. Would you like some notes and trivia this week?
I would always like that.
Okay. Our NHKE broadcast exclusive end card is of Shiki and May.
What?
Because of course. This episode was delayed by 1 hour due to a baseball match.
Beccarone was interested.
They escaped the Olympics, but they can't escape high school baseball.
Whoops.
And continuity notes, Mei and Shiki's flashback reveals that the both of them studied at the same school with Kanan, as seen in the opening prologue of This Yet Unknown Feeling.
Huh.
So probably it's like, here's the local middle school.
Yeah, it makes the most sense, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, that is it for this week. Next time, we'll be discussing Season 2, Episode number 5, entitled Money Makes the World Go Round.
Who could this be about?
That's true. Cash rules everything around me, Cream.
Cream.
But yeah, we got a Natsume-focused episode next week. It's going to be, like we said, it's going to be interesting to see how things work out with her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to do it for this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool. It's where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup. You'll also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. And you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love Live Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
So join us next week and we'll see how Natsume's making money.
Again.